Good afternoon. We are back, about to start our small claims docket. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and an extra one, which makes 8. So we have several that we don't have service on. We have the continuation of Amber Manley versus Ashley Furniture. And those, some of the people are here on that case. We have several cases from Three Rivers Auto Salvage, several of which they don't have service on. So we'll see how those go. And then we have an extra one. We have a motor vehicle accident case, and those plaintiffs are here. So let's see who we've got in the waiting room. Good afternoon, Mr. Layden.
This is Aaron.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Aaron, you were here last week.
Yep, I'm
let
sorry.
me give you the proper name. I got a call from Dale, from Dale's Auto Service.
Okay.
From last week. So why don't you take a minute and grab that case? He's going to show up here at 3 o'clock. I'll put you in the waiting room.
Yep.
Don't go away. You're in the right spot. All right. So he has several cases where he doesn't have service. We're going to continue 1, 2, 3. Of his cases, we have no service. In fact, that's all 3 of his cases. But then we have a case from last week that we'll address. None of the clocks match. The computer says it's 2:55. The clock on the wall says it's 2:53. My watch says 2:54. But do you have a phone? Phones are the accurate time.
2:55. My watch is 2:55.
All right. Well, computer's accurate. Now that's 2 minutes off. My watch is 1 minute off. I'll fix that. These Shinola watches lose time badly. Cole must have come in here either early. When I came in this morning, the lights were on in the courtroom. So I think Cole had changed the clock, but he's about 2 minutes off. You have to be careful when you take that clock off the wall. It's wired. You can get a shock. Oh, otherwise I'd ask you to fix it. Good afternoon, sir. Which case are you here on?
For volume roofing.
Very good.
She stated she may be late.
Well, someone is coming in as iPhone. Good afternoon. Who am I speaking with?
This is Dale Bradley.
All right, Mr. Bradley. Can you turn your camera on?
I got it on as far as I know. I'm not real good at this. So. How's that?
Adequate. I'm going to go ahead and address this case first. Mr. Arnold,
Yes, sir.
Dale Bradley is here a week late. We're going to address that case for a minute while we're waiting for other cases to start. This is TR Auto Salvage doing business as Eagle Auto Parts versus Dale's Auto Service of Cedar Springs. This was a claim for $840. And we had a hearing last Monday, and no one appeared for Dale's Auto Service. They were served by certified mail. So I got a letter today from Dale, I can't read his last name, Bradley, saying I tried to log in but couldn't. I'm asking the court to reschedule. That's not really enough. Mr. Bradley, we made a finding that you owed $840 on account to Three Rivers Auto Salvage. What's
Okay.
your position?
I owe it to him. I mean, I'm not denying it. I'd like to set
Well,
up a
there's no
payment.
reason to set a new hearing.
I'd
Can you
like to
make
set
a
up a
payment
payment.
each month?
Yeah.
How much?
Let's do 200 a month.
All right. Mr. Arnold, you're willing to accept $150 per month?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, we're going to start that March 15th. 15th of each month. Do an amended complaint. And send that out, definitive.
Now, Judge, on
Mr.
that.
Brad,
Oh, I'm sorry.
you're never going to know when you need exactly the right part, and TR Auto Salvage is going to be the place that has it.
Correct.
So you need to get back in compliance with this. I
Yep.
will amend the judgment that I did last week to show you're going to pay $150 per month starting this Friday, Saturday, March 15th.
Okay.
And the 15th of each month. All right, you're good to go.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Arnold, we're not so successful on your other cases.
No, sir.
Um,
How do you hang this up?
let me get them together here. Brewers Auto Salvage versus Hoosier Car Store, 25158 SC. We don't have service. It's so difficult sometimes to get out of state service. I'm
Mhm.
going to agree to adjourn that. I'll agree to adjourn at least 30 days. It's a claim for $6,975. When we added all these up, Mr. Arnold, they're talking about tens of thousands of dollars.
Yes, sir.
Maybe some of these will be collected. I guess that one you're gonna get $960. The next one is TR Auto Salvage versus Med AMT Medical Transport, also in Indiana. Again, we don't have service. File number is 25159 SC.
Yes, sir.
No service on the defendant. Continue at least 30 days. To attempt service. Probably all three of these will be set for the same day,
Okay.
month or so from now. And then the last one is TR Auto Salvage versus Ira's Garage in Elkhart, again, Indiana.
Mhm.
Again, no service. I think each of these were cases on account rather than bounce checks.
Double check in here. That is correct.
So they'd been existing customers, they just stiffed you on the bill. Between the
Yeah.
four of these, they're about $15,000. I will
Yes.
adjourn at least 30 days. To attempt service. All right, well, we had one unexpected visitor, and the other three will have to adjourn to get service.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you next time. I admire your efforts to get collected on these. That's a significant effect to your business. All right, thank you, sir.
I appreciate you, sir.
All right, I've got Angel Gonzalez. That's not the full name, but we'll get to them in a minute. And I've got a phone number, 50113. Who am I speaking to there? Somebody's here by telephone only.
That would be me, Michelle Meyer.
Do you have the ability to do video?
I do not right now. I'm sorry.
All right. The representative from Bald Eagle Roofing is here and exteriors. We'll come to that in a minute.
Okay.
All right. Angel Jesus Gonzalez Lozada, would you please join us?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
All right, is Mariel Lozada Jimenez there?
Yes, she is. She's right next to me.
All right, would you turn your camera on?
Yes, please. I mean, yes.
All right. Do you both speak English or do we need an interpreter for Mariel?
Yeah, my mother's gonna need an interpreter. I can speak English.
Yes, we talked about that last Friday.
Yeah.
All right, our interpreter, Vivian Montero, has joined us. Thank you, Vivian.
You're welcome. Nuestro intérprete
Ms.
se ha unido
Garcia, I'm sorry?
I was just interpreting. Nuestro intérprete se ha unido a la sesión.
Oh, thank you. Ms. Garcia, would you and your son both come up and have a seat right here?
Señora García, usted y su hijo pueden pasar aquí a tomar un asiento.
These parties also speak English. The only one that doesn't is Muriel.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to call the case. This is Deborah L. Garcia versus Angel Jesus Gonzalez Lozada.
Voy a llamar el caso. Eso es Débora L. García versus Ángel Jesús González Lozada
And Mariel Lozada Jimenez.
y Maribel Lozada Jiménez.
Ms. Montero, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to the best of your ability you'll interpret these matters from Spanish into English and English into Spanish?
I do.
Would you state your name for the record, please?
Vivian Montero, Court Interpreter 18369.
Let me tell these parties and everybody else
Déjeme informar las partes y a todos
that you are here in a small claims matter.
están aquí en un caso de menor cuantía.
My name is Judge Middleton, and among other things, I do small claims cases.
Mi nombre es el juez Middleton y entre otras cosas hago los casos de demandas para menor cuantía.
Small Claims Court is a separate division of the 3B District Court.
Demandas para menor cuantías es una división aparte del Tribunal de Distrito 3B.
To handle cases worth less than $7,000.
Para manejar casos que tienen que ver con menos de $7,000.
The rules are less formal than regular general civil court.
Las reglas son menos formales que el Tribunal General.
Neither party is allowed to have an attorney.
Ninguna parte puede emplear un abogado.
There is no formal record made.
No se conste en actas.
There is no appeal from Small Claims Court.
No hay derecho a apelar la decisión en el Tribunal de Menor Cuantía.
Any decision made here is final.
Cualquier decisión que tomo yo aquí es el final, es todo.
We don't strictly follow the rules of evidence or court procedure as in general civil court.
Nosotros no seguimos las reglas en cuanto a las pruebas o cómo se sigue en el Tribunal Civil.
But all parties are under oath.
Pero todas las partes estarán bajo juramento.
Either party has the right to tell me they would wish to remove this to the regular division of the court.
Cualquier parte me puede avisar que quieren retirarlo de aquí y pasarlo a la división civil del tribunal.
But you have to tell me before we start.
Pero tiene que avisarme antes de empezar aquí.
Once we begin here, all decisions are final and there is no appeal.
Cuando empezamos aquí, todas las decisiones serán finalizadas y no hay derecho a apelar aquí.
Ms. Garcia, you understand?
Yes, sir.
And are you ready to proceed?
Yes,
¿Usted
sir.
entiende? ¿Está listo a proceder? Que sí.
I'll be a bit informal here, but Angel and Mario, do you agree to proceed as well?
Yes,
Voy a
sir.
ser un poco informal aquí. Ángel, Jesús y Maribel están dispuestos a proceder aquí.
Sí.
Yes.
I need an extra precaution here.
Necesito
Angel,
una
Yes, sir.
precaución adicional.
Angel has a criminal case pending.
Ángel tiene un caso criminal pendiente.
He's charged with operating while intoxicated and several other charges as a result of this incident.
Él tiene el cargo de conducir en estado de ebriedad, entre otros cargos, a consecuencia de este incidente.
I appointed an attorney to help him and set the matter for, well, he had an attorney. We had a pretrial last week and the matter was not resolved.
Bueno, él tenía un abogado. Celebramos la preconsulta ante el juicio y no se ha resuelto el caso.
So he has a criminal charge pending against him as a result of this accident.
Él tiene un cargo criminal pendiente a consecuencia de este accidente.
And one of the charges is not having insurance.
Uno de los cargos es no tener asegurado el vehículo.
And Mr. Gonzalez Lozada, you have an absolute right not to say anything in this proceeding that could be used against you in the criminal case.
Señor González Lozada, tiene el derecho absoluto de no decir nada aquí que puede usarse en su contra en el caso penal.
That might hamper your ability to do your defense in the criminal case.
Eso podría impedir su capacidad de tener una defensa en el caso penal.
Yes, I understand.
Entiendo.
Now, I think I told you this last week.
Yeah,
Creo que le dije eso la semana pasada.
When you are driving a car with no insurance on it,
Cuando uno conduce un auto y no tiene asegurado el vehículo,
you're not covered by the no-fault statute.
no está cubierto por el estatuto de no fault.
And very often, the person that was the recipient of the accident or their insurance company files a lawsuit for money damages.
Y muy a menudo la persona a quien recibió daños, pues, sea la compañía de seguros de la persona a quien recibió los daños, muchas veces presenta una demanda.
So the allegation here is that not very long ago, December 20th of 24, you were driving a car, I believe it was in or near Sturgis.
yes, sir.
Que no fue hace mucho tiempo, creo que fue el 20 de diciembre del 2024. Usted estaba conduciendo un auto, creo que fue en Sturgis.
Now, don't say anything more, sir, until I finish. This
Señor,
is
no, déjeme
alleged to
terminar.
be a 2008 Honda Civic.
Se alega que fue un Honda Civic 2008.
And Ms. Garcia contends that you were driving the car, your mother owns the car, and there was no insurance on the car.
La señora García dice que usted estaba conduciendo el auto, su mamá es dueño del auto y no estaba asegurada el auto.
And her son was driving her car,
Y que su hijo estaba conduciendo su auto,
which was lawfully registered and insured.
que estaba inscrito por el Estado y también estaba asegurado.
And that you crashed into him
y usted le chocó
and it caused a $3,500 damages to the car.
y ocasionó daños por el total de $3,500.
That's the
A la-
essence of the claim.
Eso es la esencia del reclamo.
So, Angel and Mariel, I ask you to each raise your right hand, and I'm asking you to each raise your right hand if you would.
Ángel y Maribel, si pueden levantar su mano derecha para prestar juramento.
Does everybody swear to the best of their ability that any testimony they're about to give in this matter will be true to the best of their knowledge and belief?
Todos juran o afirman que cualquier testimonio o respuesta que dan aquí será la verdad según su leal saber.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
Are you Deborah Garcia?
Yes, sir.
Débora García.
And you filed this claim?
Yes, sir.
Usted presentó este
And-
reclamo.
Let me get back into it. Maribel, I've been saying it wrong. And are you Ricardo James Garcia?
Ricardo Jesus Garcia.
Oh, that's what they wrote. I didn't read it right.
Se llama Ricardo Jesús García.
And Mr. Garcia, were you driving a vehicle at Fawn River Road near Poley Drive on the evening of December 20th?
Yes, sir.
And your mother owns that car?
Yes, sir.
And you are a lawful driver?
Yes, sir.
The car was licensed and insured?
Yes, sir.
And did Mr. Lozada Gonzalez crash into you?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, it's a little bit too much for the interpreter.
Yes, I'm
Maybe-
sorry. I forgot about had the
Entonces,
screen up. All right, let me repeat. Were you driving a car on Fawn River Road near Poley Drive on the evening of December 20th?
usted estaba conduciendo un auto sobre la Fawn River Road cerca de la Poly Drive el 20 de diciembre.
And was that your mother, Deborah Garcia's car?
Y fue el auto de su mamá, Deborah García.
Yes, sir.
Sí, señor.
And did you have a valid driver's license?
Yes, sir.
¿Usted tiene una licencia vigente de conducir? Que sí.
And was the car properly insured and registered?
Yes, sir.
¿El vehículo estaba inscrito con el Estado y estaba asegurado? Sí, señor.
And were you crashed into by a car driven by Angel Jesus Gonzalez Lozada?
Yes, sir.
Y alguien le chocó, cuyo nombre es Ángel Jesús González Lozada, que sí.
And did he get arrested by the police?
Y él
Yes,
fue
sir.
detenido por la policía, sí, señor.
Now I'm going to refer to Deborah.
Ahora me
Deborah,
refiero a...
did you learn that your car had been involved in an accident?
Yes, sir.
And
Usted
did you
supo-
have it towed? I'm sorry.
usted supo que su vehículo se había visto involucrado en un choque. Sí,
Did you
señor.
take it somewhere to have it repaired?
No, sir. When I got the call from my son, he told me that he was in an accident.
¿Usted lo llevó a algún lugar para que lo reparara? Bueno, su señoría, cuando yo recibí la llamada de mi hijo que había estado en un accidente,
You've actually translated for me before, haven't you?
A while back ago, yes, sir.
usted
So
había
we need to
tenido-
speak in short sentences.
Okay.
necesitamos hablar con pausas. Está bien.
All right. So did you take your car to get an estimate to how much it would cost to repair it?
¿Usted llevó el vehículo a sacar un estimado para ver cuánto sería para repararlo?
No, sir. The car was totaled at the scene. and
No, su
Chuck's
señor.
Towing took it.
Fue pérdida total en el lugar de los hechos y la grúa Chuck se lo llevó.
How did you come up with a figure of $3,500?
¿Cómo
The,
llegó a la cifra de $3,500?
the insurance, my insurance gave me a total of the 3,000. And then the Chuck's Towing charged me 267. And then the court fines to pursue this matter was 120. So it's 35.
El monto total que me dio la compañía aseguradora fue $3,000.
So you're,
267 se pagó a la grúa Chucks y el costo para presentar esa demanda 120.
your insurance company paid you $3,500?
No, sir, because the vehicle only had liability. It didn't have full coverage.
Entonces su compañía de seguros le pagó $3,000. No, su señoría, porque solo tenía el básico, no tenía la cobertura completa.
For the record, what was the vehicle?
It was a 2008 Honda Civic.
Para las actas, para que consten las actas, ¿qué tipo de vehículo era? Un Honda Civic 2008.
How many miles on it?
It had 137,000.
¿Cuántas millas tenía? 137,000 millas.
So again, how did you get the figure of $3,500?
Nuevamente, ¿cómo llegó a la cifra de $3,500?
The insurance the insurance told me that it was 3,000 was
All right.
what the vehicle was worth.
Me dijeron que la compañía de seguros me dijo que valía el vehículo $3,000.
But they did not pay that.
No, sir.
Pero no pagaron ese monto, no señor.
All right. And what's the other 500?
For the filing of the court,
All right, we'll take that separately, but, and it was,
Chuck's Towing.
how much was Chuck's towing?
Chuck's Towing charged me 267.
Y los otros $500. Bueno, hablamos sobre el monto para iniciar esta demanda en un momento. ¿Y cuánto era para la grúa? 267.
And then you just signed your car over to Chuck's.
Y después usted entregó el título a Chuck.
So you just completely lost your car.
Yes, sir.
Y usted perdió su auto totalmente.
All right. If you have no fault insurance, or if you have insurance,
Si usted tiene seguro no fault, o si tiene seguro de auto,
the other party can't sue you for these damages.
la otra parte no puede demandarle para estos daños.
But if you don't have insurance,
Pero si uno no tiene asegurado el vehículo,
you are liable for the other party's loss.
usted es responsable por la pérdida de la otra parte.
Maribel Lozada Jimenez,
Maribel Lozada Jiménez.
Sí,
Yes.
did you own the car that your son was driving that night?
Usted es dueña del vehículo que su hijo manejaba aquella noche.
sí,
Yes.
Did you have insurance on the vehicle at that time?
¿Tenía asegurado el vehículo en ese momento?
no,
No.
I can't remember from the accident report, what kind of car was yours?
No puedo recordar del informe del choque. ¿Qué tipo de auto era el suyo?
Ángel le puede decir, ay,
Ángel can tell you.
es 2010 Chevy Silverado.
2010 Chevy Silverado.
And was that car damaged as well?
¿Y ese vehículo recibió daños también?
Sí.
Yes.
And did you get a call that your son had been driving it and you had to come get it?
¿Usted había recibido una llamada que su hijo estaba manejando ese vehículo y usted tenía que ir a buscarlo?
No, mi pareja, su papá.
No, my boyfriend, his father.
Did he go get it?
¿Él fue a buscarlo?
Sí.
Yes.
Angel or Angel, I don't want to ask you too many questions because you have a criminal case pending.
Ángel, no quiero dirigirle muchas preguntas porque tiene un caso penal pendiente.
And anything you say in this case could potentially be used against you in the criminal case.
Cualquier cosa que diga en este caso puede potencialmente ser usado en su contra en el caso penal.
Even something as simple as admitting that you were driving.
Y algo tan sencillo como admitir que usted fue el que estaba manejando el vehículo. Ok.
Ricardo, do you see the person on the screen there?
Ricardo, ¿ve a esa persona en la pantalla?
Was that the person that was driving the car that hit you?
¿Esa fue la persona que estaba manejando el auto que le pegó a usted?
I'm not 100% sure, sir. When I was wrecked, I turned the car off. I called the police because the car that hit me was fleeing the scene.
Yes.
No estoy seguro 100%, su señoría. Cuando recibí el impacto, apagué el vehículo, llamé a la policía porque el otro vehículo se iba a dar a la fuga.
That's one of the 5 charges pending against Angel Jesus Gonzalez Lozada.
Eso es uno de los cargos que está pendiente a Ángel Jesús González Lozada.
But I have taken enough testimony here
He recibido suficiente testimonio aquí
from Maribel
de Maribel
that Angel was driving the truck,
que Ángel conducía la camioneta,
that was involved in the accident,
que estaba involucrado en el choque
and there was no insurance on the truck.
y la camioneta no estaba asegurado.
And I have evidence that the damage was $3,267.
Y tengo las pruebas que los daños fueron $3,267.
I fined for Deborah Garcia an amount of $3,267.
Fallo a favor de Débora García por $3,267.
Plus $102.50 in costs.
102,50 de costos.
The total is $3,369.50.
Un total de $3,369.50.
Ms. Lozada Jimenez, can you make any payment on that each month?
Señora Jiménez, ¿usted puede efectuar algún tipo de pago hacia ese monto?
Sí.
Yes.
How much can you pay each month?
¿Cuánto puede pagar al mes?
Um, ¿cuánto? Sí. ¿Podrían ser $100?
Could it be $100 a month?
Angel, are you able to make any contribution to this each month?
Yes, sir.
Ángel, ¿puede contribuir algún monto a este
Can you
total?
also, can you also pay $100 per month?
Ángel también puede pagar $100 al mes hacia el monto.
Is it okay if I pay more?
Si se
Yes,
puede pagar más, que sí.
I'll pay 400 a month.
Pagaré 400 al mes.
all right. Very good.
Muy bien.
All right, Angel
Yes, sir.
will pay $400 per month.
Ángel pagará $400 al mes.
Maribel will pay $100 per month.
Maribel pagará $100 al mes.
That's $500 a month, which would pay this off in about 7 months.
Esos son $500 en total al mes, lo cual se pagaría por su totalidad en 7 meses.
We have lots of people driving around without insurance.
Tenemos muchas personas manejando autos que no están asegurados.
And they need to see this to know what the consequence could be if they're in an accident when they don't have insurance.
Ellos tienen que ver esto. Si ellos están involucrados en choque y andan manejando y no tienen asegurado el auto.
I'll have the clerk clean this up, but I find after trial that the plaintiff is entitled to $3,267.
Que la demandante tiene derecho a el total de $3,267
and $102.50 in costs.
más costos de $102.50.
Angel will pay $400 a month, and Maribel will pay $100 per month.
Ángel pagará $400 al mes y Maribel pagará $100 al mes.
Starting April 1st.
Empezando el 1 de abril.
Do either of you have any questions?
¿Cualquiera de ustedes dos tienen alguna pregunta?
No.
No.
All right, Senor Gonzalez Lozada, I'll be seeing you on your other case, but this does resolve this civil case.
Yes, sir.
Señor García Lozada, le veré en el otro caso, pero eso sí, va a resolver el caso civil.
Very good.
Muy bien.
Miss Garcia, if you wait a minute, the clerk will fix up my scratchy handwriting here and I'll give you a clean copy of this order.
Okay.
All right,
Así es que
thank you.
un rato, van a darme la orden judicial más limpia. Gracias. Anything else for the interpreter, Your
Just a
Honor?
minute, Kim. Kim? I think I may have given away one of my cases, Bald Eagle Roofing.
Anything else for the interpreter, Your Honor?
No, thank you, Ms. Montero.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. It's going all right so far. All right, I'll excuse you. All right, why don't you guys have a seat? She'll bring it back in and I'll sign it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we have one contested matter, which I'm gonna, oops, then I gave you the other file that I needed. I can't hold on to my cases. Yes. Ms. Manley, why don't you come up to the plaintiff's seat and have a seat right there. This is a return to file number 242020SC. Are you still Amber Manley?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm going to swear you in once again. You swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give here will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief.
Yes.
All right. We were here, took quite extensive testimony. Let me get the date. We've got a lot of notes in here. That was January 6th. And Ms. Manley was very frustrated over a purchase of some lawn furniture from Ashley Furniture. She made a claim for $1,669.17 and was what I would call a dissatisfied customer. Lauren Kloppenstein, the owner of the company, was here and we took some testimony. One of the problems, if we did this a certain way, Ms. Manley would end up with a bunch of mismatched furniture. So I made an attempt to continue this matter until today to see whether the plaintiff could repair the chair she was dissatisfied with so it matched the rest of the furniture. I'm guessing that didn't happen. She's here with some furniture here this morning or this afternoon, and no one is here on behalf of Ashley Furniture. Ms. Manley, what's the status here today?
Your Honor, we did exchange the one piece of furniture that we were in court for, whatever the date was on that. I'm sorry.
January 6th, I believe.
Okay. They ended up replacing it. It was fine. We inspected it. We took it out of the box, made sure everything was the way it should be. When we got back home, we decided to check all of the pieces of furniture and came across another broken piece. So we went through the proper steps of contacting Ashley's customer service. I do have some photos and messages printed out from Ashley customer service that I would like to give to you if that is okay.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to attach this. So he repaired the furniture, was the original source of the claim.
Correct.
And now you've got a new claim that he didn't know anything about.
Correct. So I asked to speak with a manager yesterday or Saturday, I'm sorry. They, on two different attempts from the delivery warehouse attendant, I guess, they would not come to our area to take a look at this additional piece of furniture.
What am I seeing there?
So we had some furniture that was broken. We took it in for repair. They
What is it?
It's the actual love seat of the sectional.
Or it's the base of it?
Correct.
All right.
So we are still under our 1-year warranty with the furniture. So we decided hopefully we can get this matter resolved before we come back to this appointment today. So we tried to do that. They contacted us and told us that we needed to pay them an additional $150 for repairs. It needed to go to an additional service center. It was out of their realm of expertise in order to fix it. It was shipped off somewhere else. It was sent back to the Ashley location, now broken in other locations, and now the wickering is burnt because they tried to repair it, but didn't try to repair it properly, I guess. So,
all right, well, so we have a completely different piece of
We
furniture
do.
and a completely different claim. He isn't here. He may not be here because he may have thought he remedied the problem with the original chair. Well, how much are you asking for the second piece of furniture?
They wanted $150 for repairs on this chair.
So, but how much did you pay for it?
I don't know. He had to break it down
Well,
last
how
time.
much are you asking me for this piece of furniture?
I guess I'm still asking for my $1,699 because without this piece of furniture, I still can't complete my set. I tried to take it in for repair for the 1-year warranty. That didn't work. They wanted more money and then damaged it further. So I'm kind of still at a loss for what I'm supposed to do. They wanted me to go to the upfront and walk this piece of furniture in the front door and demand.
Well, the point of fact is you filed a claim for $1,669.
Correct.
I tried to figure something out that would get you what you wanted, which is a matching set of furniture that wasn't broken. Apparently the chair got fixed and now you found something else that was broken that you didn't bring in the original claim. Nonetheless, this matter was set for today at 3 o'clock. He was told the matter was set for today at 3 o'clock. He got a notice for the case today at 3 o'clock and he isn't here. Let's make sure there's nobody in here. He was here. He represented himself pretty well. None of this was a very good advertisement for Ashley Furniture. But he's failed to appear. So he's subject to default on the original claim. Whether justified or not, he isn't here to argue about it. And when you're sued in civil court and you don't show up, you automatically lose. That's called a default judgment. So I'm going to issue the default as requested. The amount of $1,669.17, 62.25. Now this seems unfair because you got most of the furniture, all of it. You're not satisfied with it, but you got it, which is why I tried to see if we could get to here. But he knew the hearing was today and he didn't come. They're not going to be very happy about this. To some extent, I don't blame them. All of a sudden, out of the blue, after you file an original claim, you find another problem. There's a theory under the law that you should join all your claims in the original claim rather than do Chinese water torture and drop drip, drip, drip on their head. That you should have known about this defect at the time you brought the previous action. And you didn't. So if he were here, I probably wouldn't even hear the new claim. I just figure out what happened with the old claim. But he isn't here. And they're not going to make you happy or satisfied. And he's going to be mad because you got the furniture. Plus, he has to give you all your money back, which seems patently unfair. You bring a claim. We discussed it at considerable length. We took an hour or more's worth of testimony. He does what I ordered him to do, is repair the original chair. And returns it. Then today, you show up out of the blue with a completely different claim that he doesn't know anything about. But he doesn't show up. So he's subject to the classic default. I don't have to like it. So you get all your money back and you get to keep all the furniture, including the part he just repaired. I don't expect they'll like that very much. This might not be the last we heard of this. He has 21 days to move to set this default aside. But he isn't here. So you go out to the counter. I've ordered that he is liable for $1,735.42.
Thank you,
All
Your Honor.
right. Did you ever talk to him after the chair was repaired?
No,
All right. You can go get the judgment. I expect he may file something once this hits, but for now, I'm entering a judgment on your behalf by default.
can I ask a question?
Yes.
I guess I'm unsure of like what would happen in 21 days.
All right. He has 21. That's a good question. He has 21 days to pay the claim.
Mhm.
If he does not, you can come back here and file what's called a discovery subpoena, which compels them to come to the courthouse and provide information on his ability to pay on the debt, like bank account numbers, social security numbers. They'll pay the debt before they give you their bank account numbers, but the law would require it. So if he does not pay within 21 days or file any other motion, come back to the court and ask for what's called a discovery subpoena. Okay?
Okay.
Send you both out to the counter. Ms. Garcia, you go on out to the counter and we'll give you a copy of this clean copy of the order.
Thank you.
All right. Ricardo, I'm glad you weren't hurt worse than this. You're not done. You're probably going to get an opportunity to testify in a criminal case at some point, but that resolves the civil case.
All right. Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Thank you. All right. You're good to go.
Thank you.
Spring is coming. You got a couple of wobbly chairs. All right, Michelle Meyer is here by telephone only, which is not ideal. But we have the complainant from Bald Eagle Roofing and Exteriors. Would you come have a seat right up here, please? Somehow I deleted and miss this case. I gotta start over again, find it. All right, our next matter is entitled Bald Eagle Roofing and Exteriors LLC versus Michelle Meyer. Ms. Meyer, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, and you're here on behalf of Bald Eagle Roofing?
Yes, sir.
All right, would you state your name, please?
Bruce Wiederman.
What's your position there?
I would be a sales manager, I think.
All right, I'm going to ask you to both raise your right hand, Ms. Meyer, wherever you are. You swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true, to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. This is a home construction claim. We get them both ways, where the homeowner sues the contractor for either non-completion of the work or other problems. And we get them when the contractor sues the defendant. In this case, Mr. Wiederman has sued for the statutory maximum in small claims court, which is $7,000. In your invoice, you contend that you repaired the damaged tarp area 3 times, $889. Is that correct?
Are you talking to him or me? Hello?
And Ms. Meyer, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here. There was a little freeze up there.
Yeah, that
for
was
some
me.
reason.
I get a glitch. After 8 hours, it boots me out. But so, all right. I was going through his claim. And then install new roof and the materials, 6,110.06. Is that correct?
Yes.
And
Yes.
then haul debris, 158.12.
Yes.
Due from insurance
That's
funds,
correct.
6,409. Deductible from owner, $1,000. So the total
Correct.
was 7,404.69. Is that correct, Mr. Wiederman?
I've got no slight difference. It was 7,249 due from insurance.
I'm looking at your invoice.
I must have, yeah,
It's in red.
yes.
This invoice is dated 12/17/24. So that's the one we're operating from.
Okay,
So the insurance was gonna pay, the total was 7,404. Is that correct?
7,404 is what I had on that invoice.
And 1,000 was to be from the defendant because of her deductible.
Correct,
And the balance was to be from her insurance company.
yes.
Well, what happened? You didn't get paid.
There it gets complicated. You're asking me or asking?
Yeah, you're the plaintiff. What
Okay.
happened?
The insurance company wrote checks to Michelle with the mortgage company on them. The checks were held for too long and then they had to be reissued after so many months. Finally, the checks were all issued, and that's where the amounts changed a little bit because there was another different check from the insurance, or 3 checks from
All
insurance, but it won't make a difference in this. The mortgage company, she had to send it in because the mortgage company was on the checks. So she sent the checks into the mortgage company to be signed off on. And then usually they would sign off, Michelle would sign off, and I would get the checks and I'm paid. Instead, there was a default on the mortgage. That's where it gets complicated. They took the home back, and they actually, on May 9th, I believe it was, they took the property back from her and they sold the property to another mortgage company. So it took it out of Michelle's name into the new mortgage company's name. Then after that, Michelle sent the checks in to the mortgage company and they never returned them back to her. So that's where we stand. I tried to get the banks to send them the checks to me. They wouldn't talk to me. They've been very difficult to work with. Michelle, I don't want to be harsh to you, Michelle, but didn't communicate with me until I said we were going to go to court. And so I need Michelle's help still to work with the bank, the mortgage company, to maybe able to get these checks released still.
Did Michelle ever pay her $1,000 deductible?
No, I have not received a penny.
No. Bruce and I had a three-way call on the phone with Carrington, the bank holding the check. We had a three-way conversation.
All right. Well, maybe having a judgment against you will convince the bank they need to release the check. But you hired him to do this job. He did the job.
Right.
You didn't pay him, and your insurance company didn't pay him. So his contract was with you, not the insurance company. So I'm gonna sign this showing that you owe him $7,000, which you can both share with the insurance company to say, I have a money judgment against her. You could also sue your insurance company, but let's see if this judgment will shake the checks loose.
Okay. The reason I had trouble paying him the deductible was because I was out on medical leave for 7 months. So I wasn't bringing in as much money as I should have been. And I do apologize for that.
And then you lost a house, so some new people you don't even know have a brand new roof.
Right. And they did a fantastic job on the roof too.
Thank you.
Well, there's an advertisement for Bald Eagle Roofing and Exteriors as opposed to the bad advertising we got for our last defendant. All right, but nonetheless, the claim has not been paid.
And they did a good job.
All right. So you acknowledge the debt hasn't been paid. It got complicated when it went from one company to another company, but now you're going to be able to show them that you have a money judgment. I'm going to get the copy certified.
Okay.
I find that you owe $7,000 plus court costs of $86.25 and $57.50 for a total of $7,143.75. His claim is actually more than $7,000, but the most he can sue for in small claims court is $7,000. He's willing to eat the difference to do this without an attorney, but that's a big hit for a small company. So he's going to go down to the counter.
Yeah.
I'm going to have clerk certify them. We'll send you one. Maybe between the two of you and this judgment showing that the money is owed can get somebody to release a check from the bank.
So you said you're going to mail me a copy?
Yes. Why was the check held
I don't
so
know
long?
what address you have.
I have South Nottawa Road, Sturgis.
I just moved in the last 2 weeks. I moved across town because I had lost my home. The officer that delivered me my court papers, I gave him my new address and he wrote it down, so I'm not sure if you have that on file.
Well, let's take a look. That'd be Sergeant Morse, who does an excellent job of serving process. So let's see what I got.
Yes, and I made sure that he had my new address.
Moving to Stoughton Estates. Apartment, I
Yes,
can't read it. What's the apartment number?
E11.
B11?
E11. E is in Eddie.
All right. That's 245 Memorial Drive.
Correct.
All right. All right. $7,000 plus cost, 714375. Defendant's new address.
So what happens if the bank doesn't budge?
Then you owe $7,143.75, and you can sue the bank. You
Okay.
made the deal and he did the work and you didn't pay it. But hopefully the insurance company paid this, and somebody's got a windfall if they took your insurance money and paid on your mortgage and then sold the house. It seems very unfair. But yes, if the bank doesn't pay, this is in your name. So I want you to go out to the counter. Can you certify her copy and his copy? They're going to be dealing with a bank, and maybe they can convince them with the certified judgment that they need to release the insurance check that was intended to pay for this work. Now, even so, well, as long as he gets $7,000, he's made whole. If the bank only releases $6,400, you're going to owe the difference between what is released from that check and what $7,000 is. You owe more than that, but all he could sue for was $7,000. All right, Mr. Wiedemann, you go out to the counter and get a copy of that. You're good to go.
Thank you, sir.
Ms. Meyer, do you have any other questions?
I do not.
All right, you guys need to work together to A, get your debt paid, and B, get your money. So best of luck to both of you. Thank you. All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
You got to watch some other small claims cases, so that was maybe more education than you wanted.
That was interesting. Hey, I just want to tell you, thank you very much. I need her help to work with the bank. The bank seems to be really, you go to talk to a department and they switch you around to 3 different departments and play this game.
Well, now they've got a certified money judgment that shows this debt is owed. Maybe that'll help.
I don't think I'm ever gonna get it the other way, but I have a chance.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna stop our live feed. Tomorrow we have arraignments, several more, drunk driving cases and some others. Then we have pre-exam conferences. We have about 11 of those. So that'll fill the morning, and then we have treatment court in the afternoon. So I'll be back in the morning at 8:15 with a full